Announcing the arrival of Yang Ahmad Mohamad Lim Guan Eng, the Chief Minister of Penang. Good afternoon to Yang Ahmad Mohamad Lim Guan Eng, the Chief Minister of Penang, Yang Mohamad Dato Haji Abdul Halim Haji Hussein, Speaker of Dewan Undangan Negeri, Dr. Rajendra K. Pachauri, our distinguished speaker for today, and also the Director General of the Energy and Resources Institute, TERI of India, Professor Dato Wu Wing Tai, the Executive Director of Penang Institute, Mr. Zairakia Johari, the CEO of Penang Institute, and to the members of the EXCO, Board of Directors, councillors, consulates, members of the media, and friends. A very good afternoon to everyone. I am Pei Chi, and I'll be your MC for today. To all our esteemed guests, I'd like to thank you for taking your time in this Monday afternoon to just attend our lecture. I sincerely hope that you'll gain a thing or two out of this lecture and a valuable insight regarding climate change. To start off this afternoon, I'd like to invite Zairakia Johari, the CEO of Penang Institute, on stage to give his welcoming remarks.
Thank you. Thank you, Pei Chi. Yang Mohamad Lim Guan Eng, Chief Minister of Penang, Yang Berhormat Datuk Halim, Speaker of the Penang State Assembly, Yang Berhormat Senator Dr. Arifin Omar, Yang Berbahagia Professor Datuk Wu Wing Tai, and of course our esteemed guest today, Dr. Rajendra Pachauri. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning. The planet is in distress, and all of the attention is on Paris Hilton. So said former US Vice President Al Gore in 2007, who would later in the year go on to jointly claim the Nobel Peace Prize, together with the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or the IPCC, for, and I quote, their efforts to build up and disseminate greater knowledge about man-made climate change and to lay the foundations for the measures that are needed to counteract such change. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome all of you to our 5th Penang in Asia lecture. Today, we are very pleased to have with us as our special guest an eminent scientist and the 2007 Nobel Peace Prize winner as chairman of the IPCC. And as you're all aware, the Penang in Asia lecture series is a lectureship awarded by, under the patronage of His Excellency, the Governor of Penang. It is organized by the Penang Institute as a platform for renowned scholars, public intellectuals, and thinkers from diverse fields to speak on issues that are relevant to the cultural, intellectual, and economic development of Penang as an historical and future growth center in Asia. And amongst the many luminaries who have already graced this Penang in Asia lecture include Nobel laureate Professor Sir James Alexander Millais, contemporary Islamic philosopher Professor Tariq Ramadan, and one of the most influential economists in the world today, Professor Jeffrey Sachs, who was here last October. And of course, our guest speaker here today is no less as eminent. Dr. Pachauri has been the chairman of the IPCC since 2002, since its inception, through which he has been raising global awareness on the perils of man-made climate change and the need for sustainable development. Besides his work in this UN panel, he's also the Director General at the Energy and Resource Institute, TERI, as well as Senior Advisor to the Yale Climate and Energy Institute. And Dr. Pachauri is here today to speak to us on the topic of the Asian challenge of sustainable development, an issue which I think is very important and very relevant to us, especially here in Penang, as we grapple on the one hand with the unavoidable advance of urban development, and on the other hand, the need to ensure a sustainable and livable urban form which conforms to our status as a UNESCO World Heritage City. And this contest between development and sustainability is a familiar one throughout the world, and especially so in Asia, which I believe will see an explosive growth of urban population in the coming few decades. And with rapid urban growth comes unprecedented pressures on cities to provide jobs, housing, infrastructure, and energy needs. So juxtapose this with an increasingly volatile climate. We see now very erratic climate behavior all over the world, and we have a recipe for disaster if it is not well managed. And so in this context, it is of course wise to be one step ahead of the game. Thus, it is our hope that Dr. Pachauri, as the eminent person in this field, will be able to share with us some of his experience and thoughts with us today in order to keep us abreast of developments in this very important area. And so I'm sure we will all enjoy the interesting lecture ahead. With that, I thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Zariel, for your welcoming remarks. Now I'd like to invite YAB Lim Guan Eng on stage to give his opening speech. Thank you.